Testing. One, two, three. Testing. Check one. Check one, two, three. Alright, boys and girls, welcome. Today I'm gonna test stress Unreal Engine 5.6. So we're gonna make a turret on Unreal Engine. Yeah, because there's lag. That's why. It takes a while for me to get. Yeah, there's a lag on stream. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to hear. Testing, testing. All right. No echo anymore. Trying to. Hmm? Can't hear you. Yeah, you can hear me. All right, awesome. It's been a while that I live streamed, so I'm a little rusty. Sorry about that, guys. So let's open up Unreal Engine. I'm gonna try to make a turret to get me warmed up. So I'll be giving walkthrough on how to make a turret on Unreal Engine 5.6. So let's get started by opening up Unreal Engine. All right, let's go ahead and start with open up a new project. Thank you guys for tuning in. As you can see, I've been a little bit more active. I've been trying to get at least 2 videos a week. Um, and I plan to also live stream every Wednesday if possible, if time permits. But yeah, been really hectic. But again, I miss being on YouTube and making videos for you guys. So I'm back. I'm energized and can't wait to do it some more. So let's start off by going to 5.6.1. I think they just updated 5.6 with a point 0.1 version. So let's go ahead and launch 5.6.1. Yeah, yesterday I did an update, so I think they just released an update for this. Hopefully they fixed all the minor bugs that were annoying people. Okay, so we're gonna start off by creating a new project on 5.6. Let's see. I want to start off with the third person template. Let's go to games, third person template. I see in 5.6 they also changed the default map. Okay, we're gonna call it all right, let's call it turret. Hey, what's up, Miggy? What you been up to? How's your Sunday? Again, for those of you that are tuning in, I'm gonna start making a turret from scratch on Unreal Engine 5.6. So it's gonna be a bit of a challenge since I haven't touched Unreal for a bit, but fun at the same time. Should get me warmed up. A lot of compiling of shaders. I wonder why I'm doing this. I've done it already with maybe because there was a new update. All right, here we go. First thing first, I just want to test out the project on a new window. Looks like everything's up and running like it should be. Perfect. Okay. Either we build a turret or we get it from the Fab Store. What do you guys think? Meanwhile, I'm gonna see if there's actually a free asset. Turret. Okay, we've got a few of them. Let's see if there's any free ones. If not, probably have to end up. This one's pretty cool. Free. Let's filter it by Unreal Engine. Check in formats. This one's pretty cool. I think I like this one. Yeah, let's go with this one for now. Add to my project. Awesome. Missile turret. Let's go ahead and click the static meshes. Materials are there. Perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do first is create an actor. Let's go to the content folder, create a blueprint class of actor, BP turret. Perfect. And let's start working on this turret. First thing first, let's add the static mesh. Do a search for turret. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is add a collision. Let's add a box collision. That way we can detect if we touch the turret, I guess. Attach the box. Great. Let's make this box bigger. Perfect. Now let's go to the event graph. Click on the box. And let's make an event. Let's make a on component begin overlap with other actor. For the other actor, we're gonna make sure if we overlap with the component third person character. And for now, let's just do a simple print test. And we're gonna call the name of the actor when we touch it. See if it works. Oh, forgot first thing first, I would like to move the spawn outside of the middle. For the turret, we'll put the middle. We'll put it in the middle of the map. Let's hit play. Let's walk on it. And that, oh yeah, it gets called. Perfect. Let's remove the arrows. It doesn't seem like it's in the middle, so I'll move it more to the left. There you go. Just a little down. Hit play. Alright. Okay, everything's working as it should be. Okay, I want to make an arrow so I can show where the bullets are going to come from. Let's see. Arrow. Let's rotate this 90 degrees. For now, we'll have the bullets come out straight from the turret. I'll probably have one per missiles, I guess. Wow. Let's duplicate this one. Arrow 2. Move that to the side. Perfect. Okay. Instead of saying the name of the blueprint, I'll just say turret has been activated. Let's test that out. Touch a turret, and yes, turret has been activated. Now let's work on the projectiles. I'll see. Let's go ahead and create a blueprint class. Actor BP projectile. From here, let's make a simple bullet. Add sphere. Boom. Let's see how big this sphere is just out of testing. Just to test it. It's pretty big, so let's reduce the size by going here on the radius, I imagine. Yes. Or it's probably scale. I'll lock the scale so it could be even. Let's reduce the size by half by just changing one. And all of them should change. X, Y, and Z. Let's go ahead and hit play. Actually, let's go ahead and test the size of the turret. Of the bullet, sorry. I like to make it a tad more smaller. Go ahead and change it to 0.3. There you go. Yep, that seems pretty nice. Alright, so let's add some components to the bullet. Let's go ahead and add a projectile movement. Let's make the initial speed to about 6,000 for now. Always change that later. Let's add a collision. Sphere collision. No, that's capsule. Sphere collision. Here you go. Let's change the size of the sphere collision a little smaller. Let's call it sphere. That way we don't get confused. Change that. Change the radius to 25, 20, 15, to 16. There you go. That way we can see a little bit of it. Okay. Now, let's see what we can do next. Let's add some variables for the turret. First thing first, let's add a fire rate. We might not be, we might not end up using all the variables, but just like to have a simple setup for now. So what we do is create some floats. Let's call this variable fire rate. Let's create another one. Call this range. Another one. Turn speed. Next one will be max pitch. Min pitch, I guess. Current target. Should we make a turret like Halo or TF2, COD? What do you guys think? Now I'm gonna stick to something simple. All right, let's see. Let's open up the blueprint. Third person character. All right, so the first thing I want to do is cancel the movement once, I guess once the character presses a key. Just for the sake of things, I'm gonna do the actions on the third person character. I normally do it on the player controller, but I'll do it here just to make things more simpler. We'll add a key event. Let's say let's do. I guess we can do E. U. We could do E. No, I want E. Am I having a hard time with this? There you go. All right. So what we want to do, if overlap, I guess we can make another. We could make a new variable, make it a boolean, or and call it turret overlap. Question mark. Right here we'll have a checker. Let's set this to fault by default, which it's already set to fault. So we go back to the turret and we'll make sure that once we overlap with the third person character, we'll go ahead and change the boolean turret. We'll set that to true. And let's make sure we do it once, because with overlap sometimes things get wonky. Obviously there's better best practices, but right now our main goal is to get this turret up and running. Do once. Okay. So if we press E and if we're overlapping with the turret, let's just go ahead and print out true. And if we're not, we'll hit false. Now back to the overlap, we can also make it so we set it to false once we stop touching the turret's collision by doing an and overlap. You know what? I don't think we need to do once just yet. Let's go ahead and delete that. Then we'll go ahead and set this to false. We'll drag the other actor inside the BP third person cast, and then let's go ahead and test it out. Press E, set to true. And once we leave the overlap, it should be false. False, false, false. True, true, true. Perfect. All right. So now let's see what else can we do. I would like to initially, once we press E, lock the camera, lock the character movement, and perhaps start shooting projectiles once we do a left click, mouse click. Okay, let's first start locking the character, make sure his movement is disabled. Okay, so from here, I'm pressing E on the BP third person. If it's set to true, let's go ahead and get the character's movement, and let's set to disable movement. See if this works. And yep, movement is disabled. And then if we press E again, we would like to enable movement. So we could either put this in the middle, and then we'll, I believe it's enable movement if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Oh yeah, we gotta set it to walking. So we have to set character movement, set movement mode to walking. Perfect. So it would have been easier if we have enable movement, but I get it because we could be coming off falling, swimming, flying, etc. So let's see. Press E, we should be disabled. Can't move anymore. Press E again. And we are still stuck on true. Ah, yeah, because this continuing. So now we probably need a flip mode. So if we're enabled, hit true here. Perhaps we need a flip here. Flip flop node. So if we're here is true. If we want to get off the turret, press E again, it'll flip to false. Let's see if this works. Okay, we're stuck. And we're unstuck. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. Alright, next goal. Throw projectiles. The moment we've been waiting for. So let's go ahead and create a fire input. Let's do left click. Again, we'll check if the turret is overlapping with us. If it's true, go ahead and hit and type in shoot. If it's false, put in not shooting. Let's see. Shoot, 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 shoot. Works. Let's get off this. We're now no longer overlapping. If we left click, not shooting, not shooting. Perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and shoot some projectiles. Gotta go back to turret. Probably have to spawn. We'll have to spawn some projectiles. So we gotta create an event. I don't know. Let's create a custom event. Call it shoot projectile. Do something simple for now. Let's go ahead and spawn from the arrow location. Get transform location. We're gonna get the location, convert it to the spawn transform. It's always spawn, and let's do try to adjust location, but always spawn. Where we're gonna be spawning in is the projectile. All right, let's see what we got so far. But we have to activate the spawn, the shooting projectile. So let's go ahead and activate it here while we left click the button. We must set a variable for the turret. That way we can control it through the VP third person character. I think we could do this by the overlap. So we could create a variable on the third person character. Go ahead and create a new variable. Let's call this turret. And let's go ahead and make this as an object reference to the turret class. Now that we have that created, we could go back to the turret and set VP turret. And the target should be self. Possible. Okay, now that we got that done, let's go ahead and set the turret on overlap, which we did here. Now what I want to do is call on E or on left click the turret. and call the function shoot projectile. Okay, let's see what happens. Stuck. Okay, not the direction we want, but that's something. That's awesome. All right, let's see. Let's see how to fix this direction. Let's see, maybe here, how are I responding it? Okay, world location should be fine. We got two ways. We can either change the arrows the lazy way. I don't want to do like changing the arrows. I guess we started off with this one. Obviously, it's not gonna look great this way, but it's gonna work. Oh, never mind. We gotta. I know we gotta add a start and an end. That way it could shoot the right way. Give me 1 second while I refresh my memory. Maybe we could start with the rotation of the arrow. Maybe start. That'll be the start. Target should be the enemy. Let me see if I could do anything fast here. Got the gravity, the balance, the friction, velocity. Let me open up my old project just to get refresh my memory. Alright, this is the old project that I'm opening up. I have several weapons that I've used before. I'm just trying to refresh my memory on how I did it with guns. For this example, I'm looking at the Uzi gun. I know on this one I use gas, so it should be an ability. Geo primary, I think it was called. Alright, here you go. Here I use the characters. I got the first person camera, the rotation, I multiply it by the range. Then I got the rotation, the location, made an area, that way we can ignore the actor. Perfect. We use the line trace channel, okay. Let's see. So the muscle should be the arrow here. Got the target, keyword location, perfect. Let's do it through the camera. Okay. Let's make this a variable. Let's get this. Let's get the third person. Let's get the camera manager. The camera. choose projectile from here. Before we do that, let's get the camera. Let's get the camera location. Get camera location. Get camera location. Testing. Oh. This is the range. Okay. Mm, let's add that to this. That to that. Let's make this the end. Go ahead and make this the start of it. Click. Right now we're just gonna do a simple test. Shooting through the follow camera, which is behind. So that's working. Okay. Now let's see what I want to do with this. I want to spawn projectile. Let's go ahead and break the hits. Blocking hit. Let's go ahead and set it to true. And location. There's the hit location. Hit location. Pack point. Gonna spawn the BP projectile. It's gonna spawn it on that also. Spawn transform. Okay. Okay. This is where we get the rotation. Okay, location. Back point will be able to see it. Trace in if it ends. I guess we get the rotation from here. Rotation. Back point. Let's just create a new one from scratch. Mm. My interest is working. Projectiles, not so well. Wonder if it's hitting me. Let's see. Let's try to ignore the hit position. Let's see this. Okay, let's see if I'm hitting something. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. Let's go ahead and keep the hit location. The trace N actually. And trace N. Guess we're fine. Alright. Now let's apply this logic to the turret. It's a little different because we're gonna control it. We're gonna use the arrows as muscles, as a muscle, and let's see what we can do using this. I just need to warm up with the player, third person character. Semi know what I'm doing now, so let's go ahead and apply it to the turret. Let's see. Well, spawning it correctly, we're getting the arrow one, getting the location. Let's go ahead and make a line trace first. Let's move this logic down here. And we're gonna start off with a line trace. That way we can get the information of the line trace so we can redirect the projectile there. So going back to our third person, what I did here was I used the follow camera. But we're not gonna use the follow camera, we're gonna use the projectiles arrow. So we're gonna copy this here. Going back to the turret. I'm gonna paste this here. Then use the arrow instead of the follow camera. Then we're gonna use the line trace that we did here by channel. So the end will be here and the location will be the start. Yeah, the world location is the start. Perfect. Let's go ahead and connect this node to the event. Now that we have this connected, now we can break this, hit results. So I guess we don't have to do a checker here because we want the projectile to always spawn regardless if it doesn't hit or not. So let's go ahead and copy this projectile. Let's go ahead and copy this real quick. Let's go ahead and paste this. Drag it to the spawn. Sorry for the messy notes. I'll go ahead and clean it up once it's fully working. All right, let's create this variable, call it trace and And let's go ahead and do the impact point. So in theory, once we call the shoot projectile, we're looking for the arrow node. I mean the arrow component. And we're setting the range. I put it to 10,000. You can make it smaller, larger, wherever your liking is. So let's go ahead and test it out. On left click, we should be overlap with the turret, and then we'll be able to shoot, and the projectile should be coming out of the left side of the turret. Okay. We do have a line trace. It's coming out of the right side. Let's see why. We are using arrows coming out of the right side. So yeah, we are doing things right. Now, is the projectile actually coming out? That's the question. I do not see no projectile. Let's see what's going on. Let's move this out of the way. Back to the turret, event. Let's go ahead and see if this is being triggered. Color to purple. I'll just put worked. Okay, so it is being called. Now let's see if this is being called. Spawning with the projectile. Oh wait, I didn't get the location. Location should be the arrow get location. Okay. So here we're gonna drag this node to the location, and then we're gonna get arrow one. Drag it to the get world location. Let's go ahead and play it. Okay. Again, it's going the direction we don't want it to. Okay. Maybe it's because of the movement component. Let's check it out. BP projectile. Let's remove the movement projectile, the movement component for now. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's not moving. Going back to the projectile. We have the range here, so it is moving forward. And it's going here. Let's go ahead and make it slower. Maybe this is it. Let's go ahead and see what happens if we use this one instead. That should be the start. Also get world location. Get world location from the arrow. Yeah, should be working. Yeah, I'm almost done. I wonder if we could get the forward from the arrow. Can we get the forward vector from the arrow? Watch it be something really stupid. I'm gonna be so upset. Oh my god. Yeah, it was. Oops, wrong section. Let's add it here to the projectile. Let's go ahead and change the initial speed. 1000. Yeah. Oh my lord. Here we go. Awesome. When we step away and we click, it shouldn't be working. Not shooting, not shooting. Overlap. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Perfect. Now let's get the second missile working. So glad I'm doing this. I'm on rusting, guys. Sorry about that. So now we're gonna go ahead and get arrow 1. Let's do a flip. I guess we could just pretty much. There's probably a better way to do this, but just for the sake of time, let's go ahead and copy this. Paste it here. Then we'll just use arrow 1 for everything. Then here we'll use the flip flop node. Plug it into the main event. For A, we'll go ahead and use arrow 1, which is the right side of the turret. And then for flip 2, we'll go ahead and use the second side, the left side of the turret. See if we're missing anything. Here we'll have to change it to arrow 1. And let's see, it should go back and forth between the two sides. Alright, there you go, guys. My simple turret. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Alright, guys. Well, I gotta go, and till next time, I guess I could start improving from this. Make the turret move up and down. I'll probably have to get a new model and have a model that actually rotates and has a skeleton mesh. But for now, this is a good starting point. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and be sure to check out my video on Tuesday. Thanks for watching.